Eric.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of Is It Rotten? That's right. This click is the season finale for this season of Is It Rotten? I just would like to make it clear. It's Adam Sandler's 2006 movie Click. There's a lot of people in this movie. Uh, so uh, Mac, what was your first time and first experience watching Click?
Oh crap. It's done. It's done. Oh my god, it's done. My first experience. I watched this movie in like I didn't how can I put it? I never completed this film. I watched it on FX and I watched the ending and I never got to watch the beginning of the film. So today is the first time I completed this film. So
That is an
yeah.
interesting order given the kind of film this is.
Yeah, yeah. Scott, what was the first time you saw Click?
I saw Click in theaters, so I was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
I like Adam Sandler, so like I walked out, I was like, yeah, it was fine. It wasn't his best movie, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
It's far from his worst movie.
It's not his worst movie.
Yeah.
I promise you
Yeah.
that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my boy. That's my boy. And Jack and Jill exist. Those films.
Yeah. Zach, what was your first time watching Click?
Today on the Roku channel with ads.
Okay.
Well, I can't help it.
Yeah. Much like Scott, I also saw this movie in theaters. This is actually one of the few Adam Sandler movies I've seen in theaters.
I've seen a handful. I've seen a few of them.
I think the only ones that I distinctly remember seeing in theaters is this and Grown Ups 2.
I saw Big Daddy, I think.
I saw Big Daddy in theaters too.
I saw Big Daddy and Happy Gilmore in theaters.
Considering I am younger than Dylan and Cole Sprouse, I did not see Big Daddy in theaters.
Yeah, you're young. You're the youngest here. We understand that.
Yeah.
Also saw The Waterboy in theaters, which we'll get
I
to.
sadly didn't get to see The Waterboy in theaters. I wanted to.
Great movie.
I
Great
know.
film.
I know.
Henry Winkler again.
Yeah, I know. Better
Yeah.
than this film. I'll tell you that.
I agree.
I'd
Yeah.
rather watch Waterboy.
So, let's get into the episode, the meat and potatoes of the episode. I'll start with Zach. Zach, what was your favorite line in the movie?
I love you, son.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That
That
scene.
was I understand why you picked this. There is an emotional core to this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the part that touched it for me.
Zach,
Yeah.
what was your line again?
Oh, I love you, son.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Winkler, man. Yeah. He kills it.
Yep.
Yeah. Scott.
I guess when you combine mass quantities of cough syrup with yodels, you get acid.
I actually wrote down, is the cough syrup thing going to pay off in the end or something?
Motion detected at the front.
Nope. But he
No.
was downing that shit.
Yeah.
I know, you should be dead.
It's
Yeah.
like, this is not working.
Yeah. Yeah. Mac, what was your favorite line?
What cornflakes?
I
I don't know why. It's just how it
No, I have that written down. That was one of mine too that I wrote down.
yeah.
What that was one of yours? Is that what?
No, the cornflakes line was one of them I wrote down too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I don't understand is that he's using Lucky Charms to do this. A, Lucky doesn't chase down pots of gold, and B, the cereal in Lucky Charms is not cornflakes.
Cornflakes. Here's the thing, though.
It works because it's Walken. Walken's the only one that can.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Literally,
Walken.
not a single other actor could have pulled
If
it.
it was anybody else but Walken, this would be a
No.
worse.
Tommy Wiseau could have also pulled that
He
line
could have
off.
pulled it. He could have pulled this off.
Unknowingly, yes.
Unknowingly.
Yes, unknowingly, but
But the thing is,
only
he would have written it to be played straight.
yeah. Yeah, but the fact that I'd say if anybody, I'm just saying at the time, anybody but Walken did this line, it would have automatically went to my worst line. But the fact that Walken made this line and made me chuckle every time he said it, I'm like, damn it, Walken, this is my favorite line. He's just hilarious. You don't know
He's
what the
got
fuck.
great, such amazing line readings. Like I just have a line. I don't even remember what the context was. I just wrote down, "Hey man, get out of here."
He just delivers it like perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, he's. I mean, there's nobody
He's
like him.
walking, man.
Yeah,
He's
no,
walking.
Walken.
He's
and
walking
speaking
here.
speaking
Yeah.
of Christopher Walken, my best line is, "There's only one place left for it to go."
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
I also want to say I also like the playing some drop line from the kid. That was funny.
Yeah. Also, God, there, like I said, there's a lot of people in this movie.
Oh yeah, there are a lot.
Oh,
There's a
who
lot.
picked up on Rob Schneider?
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
We'll get to him.
Listen,
We'll
listen,
get to him.
listen.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
get
gonna,
to him.
I'm gonna preempt it. They had to get their horribly offensive Rob Schneider cameo out at the beginning of the movie.
They did get it out.
They didn't
but
have to.
You have to
They
understand,
could've
when I said this is
just
a very
not.
2006 movie, that's exactly what I was
Yes.
referring to.
That was on. It was on Gryffindor's tribe level right there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
Yeah,
no.
that was very bad. That was
Yes, it was.
that.
And it went on for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We'll get there.
best scene, and because the scene itself was already brought up, I'm going to have to start with this. The best scene is the whole sequence of him at his father's grave trying to get to his last the time his father died. He's like, it's not going to work because you weren't there. And then just going through the entire process of his autopilot's last interaction with his father is, like Zach said, it is the full reason I picked this movie, because that is such a powerful scene that actually reminds you, oh yeah, Adam Sandler's not all fart jokes. This man can actually act.
Yeah.
But there are fart jokes. Also.
There are fart
There
jokes.
are fart
There's a
jokes,
fart
yes,
joke in this movie.
yes.
This man farts in the face of David Hasselhoff.
We'll
In
get
this
to that
movie.
later.
Yes, he does.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
we'll get there. Yeah.
All right. All right. Mac, what is your best scene?
All right. Surprisingly, I have a backup, but I'm glad you chose me first, so I get to choose my favorite one. I like that he showed him. He said, "This can't be how I want to live. This can't be how I want to live my life." And he just like, "Well, actually, click." And then he showed directed by. You did. I chuckled when he did that.
There is something, because it, like, at the time it was not nostalgic, but there's something so incredibly nostalgic of the DVD menu aesthetic of the Click universe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, commentary thing I thought was a pretty cool idea.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious too. Yeah. Shut up, James Earl Jones.
And it's weird because it is James Earl Jones. They address James Earl Jones by name, and he replies in the movie. He's not credited in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I was looking for that too.
All right, Scott.
I mean, I was gonna go with, him learning about his dad's death, but every time Rachel Dratch asked to use the bathroom made me laugh.
So it is a weird runner. It is a
Very, yeah. They should have done it a third time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with her transitioning in the first time skip, it feels like if the movie was released today, it would lead to a using the right bathroom joke.
Yeah.
But since this movie released in 2006, it didn't, which I think kind of works to its benefit in a weird way.
Yeah, it could have been so much worse.
It could have
been. It
that's
mostly
like-
just
it
ends
was
with like
mostly
him
just
screaming
awful.
no.
like if this movie released in like Adam Sandler's Netflix movie era,
Mhm.
that is the cap to that joke runner. But since it released in 2006, it's not. The cap of the joke is that she's just trans, or he's
Yeah.
trans.
Well, he seemed upset about it,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I
it
wanted
didn't
to
go
clip
beyond
that
that.
and just like make a Twitter post of just Adam Sandler being trans.
Well, I guess technically in the movie they don't ever use he him pronouns for that character.
Nope.
They just say she goes by Alan now.
Adam Sandler can't be transphobic. He was the star of Jack and Jill.
He's the writer of.
You gotta bring up that movie.
Jack
The
and
movie
Jill.
owns this.
Hey, we're doing Adam Sandler.
All right. So Scott, that's Scott. You just went. Zach.
I like the Terry Crews bit.
Oh, yeah. The I'm like it is just a weird out of pocket reference to
like,
white chicks.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's just like Terry Crews. What are you doing in this movie? Doing one of
I
your.
you should have seen my face light up, and I'm like, oh, somebody I like in this. And it's not one.
Terry Crews pops up in a couple Sandler movies because he was in The Longest Yard too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And he was in like The Benchwarmers, which is Sandler adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, because I was scrolling through the trivia for this movie that the apartment he wakes up in the 10-year skip is the same house that John Lovitz's character has in Benchwarmers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
That's funny.
I mean,
when he's a CGI fat person.
Yes, when he's a CGI fat person.
Yes.
It's
It's like a proto the whale.
it is. Well, the whale was physical prosthetics.
Well, it was also a CGI.
Well,
It
yeah.
was a mix.
Yeah, it was a mix, but
Yeah, so is this.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
This is a proto the whale.
So Zach, you gave
Him and Brendan Fraser worked together before.
I gave Terry Crews'
All right,
Yeah.
I gotta back up. I actually like the fact that he was about to give Bill the middle finger, and then he gave him an okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was
I
hilarious.
mean, that whole scene is good. His death scene is really good.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. His death scene is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say he should have just fucking died. This movie he should have just died. It would have been a much better film.
You just wanted Adam Sandler to go away.
It's,
don't
yeah,
you?
No, I don't.
it's an
I
Adam
think-
Sandler movie. It's
No,
never
I
going to
think he
end
should
that
have
Never
way.
gonna
It
end that
would have
way.
given it would have given like the lessons that he was supposed to have learned impact.
You're talking about like the Safdie brothers clique, not Frank Karachi's clique.
Yeah. And I will bring it up just because we had to bring up the fact that Cameron Monaghan's in this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
The catch sequence where
He's an O'Doyle.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
shit was hilarious. I about put that. That was gonna be number one, and he just said,
But why does he hate O'Doyle so much? Like he's a little like the kids
Something
never,
happened to him.
Like shooting bottle rockets at him.
Doyle
Like,
must have been a fucking.
O'Doyle's just a little shithead, but he's
Yeah,
Our-
Doyle
our-
must have been
yeah.
a bully when he was a kid.
all right. So
100%.
this brings me off to a nice little tangent that I'm going to before we get into the bad this movie. Where the fuck do they live?
New York, I think.
Yes, they
I would
obviously,
assume New York,
no,
yeah.
obviously they live in the New York metropolitan area because he works in the city. He crosses the Brooklyn Bridge to get to work. He crosses the Brooklyn Bridge to get to work. Where the fuck does he live? Because he definitely doesn't live in Brooklyn.
And it's
The
not
house,
Staten
the
Island.
house,
It's not Staten Island, right?
No, it's not Staten
No.
Island. You don't get to the city from Staten Island over a bridge, especially the Brooklyn Bridge. You don't. Where the fuck does he live? Where driving into the city is the optimal way to commute into the city, especially in an old beaten down used car.
I don't know. I don't know New York like that. Must be
Especially
another
to the
borough.
point where it was then also preferable to bike across the pedestrian walkway of the Brooklyn Bridge to get to the city instead of taking the Long Island Railroad, a much more efficient way to get to work.
I don't know New York like that. I know I watched the film The Seven Boroughs. So
You know who does know New York like that?
Nope.
Fucking Adam Sandler.
You would think.
You
would
should
think
know.
he does, yes.
You'd think, but is he an attention to detail guy like that?
Yeah, that is true. 'Cause he would love he's New York, Mr. New York.
Because like the one big misstep of this movie is like as much as the scene of him biking across the Brooklyn Bridge on his wife's bike, which they allude to earlier in the movie that it is his wife's bike, in the bath towel across the strangely empty pedestrian walkway of the Brooklyn Bridge. As much as that imagery has stuck with me for 18 years,
Well, I mean,
Why? Why did he not just take the train?
I don't know.
The fast forwarding was being stuck in traffic, not waiting at.
See, I thought that was gonna be a stupid question or something because
I don't know. Maybe it's
I
because
don't know New York, but it's like I was thinking like, wouldn't you take a subway?
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know. Maybe it's because he's a
because
Yankees Jets fan and Knicks fan. I don't know.
because he clearly lives somewhere in the Long Island, the greater Long Island area.
Hmm.
The yards are too big for it to be, in my opinion, the yards are too big for it to be Queens.
Right.
It's not Queens. I don't think it's Queens.
Right.
Which means the most generous place that I could place him is in Nassau County.
I don't know.
The attitudes of the neighbors, I'm going to lead more towards Suffolk. I live in Suffolk. The attitude's a little more Suffolk. There's no fucking reason for him to be biking into work.
I think here's my theory, and Scott's going to cuss me out and laugh later, but I think it's because he's a Jets fan, and I think somehow Jets fans have this sort of amnesia about everything, and I just had to say that.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, that's just my. It's not quite level of Zach bringing out the gun flashes on Clue, but definitely is a in a because it's also like the parking lots for like Bed Bath and Beyond and stuff. Definitely, I would lean more towards Suffolk County. It's definitely more around where I live as opposed to closer to the city.
You literally brought up old wounds, the gun flashes.
That joke wouldn't stop.
By the way, also bringing it back, I walked across that walkway when I was when I was hanging out with Kim the one time. We actually walked through the city. We actually crossed the Brooklyn Bridge on that walkway.
No, you're just bringing up an old memory of that episode because Kim legit stopped and said, "Wait, you got mad. You picked the scene for the gun flashes."
Yeah.
Okay, you have to remember, I'm trying to find the worst scene in an amazing film.
He is trying to find the worst scene in Clue. That is a Herculean task.
Tough, but it was just funny how Kim said it. You picked the gun flash from the film.
Well, if anything, it just shows you how highly I think of the movie.
Yeah, that is incredibly valid.
Yeah, it is valid. I just laughing at it when you picked it.
But also, it is also incredibly valid that I am still choosing to not use that thing as my worst scene.
Oh, believe
right.
me, there are worse scenes.
All right,
Yeah,
so
well, you're not trying to pull it out of Clue.
I believe I haven't started with Scott yet at all. So Scott, what was the worst line in this movie?
I mean, it was kind of David Hasselhoff's entire sexual harassment speech.
Oh, that's number 3 on my fucking list.
Number 3?
That was my worst scene.
That was
Yeah,
up
I
there.
almost said every line that he said, but I'm gonna pick that one section.
He had to have said something that didn't piss me off. Somewhere.
Yeah. The thing is, there is also just like because like David Hasselhoff is playing a character you're not supposed to like. I like David Hasselhoff's performance as this character we're not supposed to like. It like David Hasselhoff is acting the crap out of this character that he was presented with.
He's acting like the asshole, an asshole, and he was.
Yes,
an asshole.
It is an issue of he's playing the character he is supposed to be playing very well, but it's just the things that he has to say kind of suck.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't like imagine if like Rob Riggle or somebody played this role. I feel like it would just like because he's just an inherently funnier person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he might have brought something a little
with
bit.
Hasselhoff, part of it is that is like the Hasselhoff is sexy himself, so it just makes it creepy.
I think it's like with Hasselhoff, they wanted a person to exude like a lot of physical charm while being this gross individual with his behavior, but like this.
But like, imagine if it was like Shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just like the genuine charm of like David Hasselhoff performance makes it work a little bit, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
Zach, what is your worst line?
This time you be Sundance, I'll be the duck.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not the worst line.
They have a lot of weird sex stuff going on in this movie.
Yeah, they
What is
do.
okay?
That's
I literally wrote it
sex
down like,
stuff.
what is with all the dog sex? Why? Why movie? Why?
How did
I
they
don't
train
need this.
all of those dogs
To
To
hump
do
that duck.
and then to get the one to make the duck hump it?
Yes.
Now the duck's doing all the work. Not see that is a good line. That is a good way to end that joke. Now the duck's
But-
doing all
But
the
that's
work.
not. But that's
But
not
it's
the
not
end
the
of
end
the
of the
joke.
joke.
Like-
Unfortunately, it's not the end of the joke.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That was just so gross.
Mac, what is your worst line?
Let's go get shots at TGI Fridays. Oh God, I can stand that
It
whole
was a
show.
just a subtle bit of product placement.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
You
It
like
felt
that?
that felt like I like.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's a subtle bit of product placement. Not like them just driving past a real Bed Bath and Beyond, and there's
Yeah.
a actual McDonald's in the
And for
background
the plot,
that
it's
is
the
out of
Beyond
focus
section.
because McDonald's does not have product placement. But you can very
Exactly.
clearly tell that it's a McDonald's.
Exactly. This film. I was like, when I was watching this film, you know a Happy Madison film when you see it, because Happy Madison film is not that far from a fucking Michael Bay film. They got product placements up the ass,
Mhm.
and this film does the same thing. And I was like, fuck, there you
All
go.
right, but like it's not product placement like there's product placement in the Knuckles series. The Knuckles TV series has some
Oh
egregious
yeah, yeah, some
product
but they
placement.
know how to do it and know how
It's
to
like-
be
it's-
fun with it.
It's like the most unfortunate thing, as a little side tangent for the Knuckles series, because I like talking about the Knuckles series. The most unfortunate thing about the product placement in the Knuckles series is that they put the product placement in the middle of the rock opera in episode 4 for Facebook Marketplace.
Well-
It ruins the re-listening of that song because I
Why
have
would-
re-listened to that song multiple times.
Why would you interrupt a rock opera? But why though?
Well, here's my reason. Also, the reason I don't like it is because in past Happy Madison film, like for example, Happy Gilmore was fun. When they did their prize placement with Subway, it felt right because he was a golfer.
Yeah,
He was
like in
trying-
world, it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
And
Like
it's like
whole cut combo.
But,
it's
but
like-
by like Little Nicky, where they're just like talking about Popeyes constantly.
no,
Yeah.
see the product placement that I like the most is like the ones from Mr. Deeds, where he's like, "I'm so happy I got the Big Bacon Classic," and the water fountain filled with Hawaiian punch.
Yeah.
Oh goodness gracious!
Mr.
those
Deeds is fun.
films.
I like Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is underrated. Like Mr. Deeds is considered to be one of the worst ones. I disagree.
I just
It's not
love that.
awful.
I
It's
love
one of
Steve
the worst.
Buscemi's line of, "I thought we were watching Scooby Doo."
I mean, personally, my favorite one that don't feel like a Happy Madison film is Anger Management. It just doesn't feel like a Happy Madison
It
film.
does not.
Huh?
No.
It
It
doesn't.
does.
You're right.
It does not feel like it. It just feels like I think that's Jack Nicholson said, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
it's
are
way
going
more
to
aggressive
the
than
production
Happy
quality.
Madison usually is.
Did I answer? I don't think I answered.
Yeah, it's your turn. My bad.
Yeah, it's when he's in his son's office describing his daughter without knowing that it's his daughter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the worst line.
Looking at the picture of his daughter.
Yeah.
That's your that's your
Um,
girlfriend? That's your daughter. Oh shit. Make sure you keep your people away from her.
I would also like to point out we are still not past the point where he fast forwarded to.
No, because he
Because
dies in like 2029, right?
yeah, he dies in like 2029.
Yeah.
We are currently just past where he does the additional 6-year jump, and he finds out that his dad died.
Yeah.
His dad died in 2021.
But when he
Henry-
gets the liposuction.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are past that. That was like 2023. But we have not reached the point where his son got married yet.
All right. We're close. We're close.
We're a few years away.
Yeah.
By the way, Henry Winkler has outlived his in-universe
he
counterpart.
did.
He's aged so much better.
He
Yeah,
is so
he
much
has.
better.
He looks great compared to whatever the fuck they made
He
him look
looks
like.
so much better in real life than the aged up by 16 years version of him in this movie.
Yes. Yes.
And by comparison, the aged up by 30 years Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future looks way better than real life 30 years later Christopher
Ugh.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Very fortunate.
Uh,
So I want to point out, I actually looked up the script to get my line, and I got it off the Steam community page because apparently some psycho on Steam community put the entire script of this movie in Steam community notes.
I'm
For
sorry.
Counter-Strike 2.
like but why?
I don't know.
I like this movie, but it's not like a movie that like a movie that you would do that with is like the B movie. It's like a bad meme movie. This is not a meme movie, you know?
No, I don't understand.
There's
I just wanted to mention that because it was weird as shit.
that is genuinely weird. Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to look up the line.
Yeah. All right. And worst scene. Mac, you go first for worst scene.
Ooh, so I'm glad. I was afraid somebody was gonna pick it, so I had a backup ready. I did not like any of the fart jokes. It just they didn't need it. It didn't need it, especially the fart joke with hats off.
Oh, where he's tasting shit. Yeah.
Huh?
Where he tastes shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all he had to do was smack him in the face. That was funny. That
Yeah,
I
dude,
laughed.
that was fine. Like,
Yeah,
That's fine. Once
when
he
I saw
farted,
his
I was
ass
like,
go up there, I'm like,
They always have to
damn.
just like level up one too many.
Too many. Yeah, you tried to do too much. It's like, okay, you got the laugh, let it go. Like all I had to do was smack him. Hell, he could have done out if I'm the person producer, I would say, okay, slap him. Okay, bitch slap him next. That would have been funny. That would have been hilarious, double up with the slap. But you went and farted in his face. I was like, that's not funny. It's just stupid. So I did not like that scene. It just really irks me. Like, it could have been a good joke. They went too much.
Yeah. I mark that fart joke as the actual turning point for where this movie basically stops being a Happy Madison movie.
That's when it started being a happy.
No.
No,
When he farted in David Hasselhoff's face, that is the last. I'm like, there's like a couple sprinkled here and there, but like that's where like the actual darkness of this movie starts right after that fart joke.
Yeah, but there's also like the fat suit.
Yeah.
And the tongue belly.
Yeah. But like after that scene is where the auto fast forwarding and like the real panic starts to set in. And it's like that's where the movie takes the turn.
Watchable for like 10 minutes.
Oh don't worry. No, Eric, we'll get to that. I'll get that to my writing, but I'll tell you, I got my reasonings. But yeah.
Let's go with Zach.
Worst scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't like the whole confrontation scene when in the fat suit and his wife and stuff like that.
I didn't like that either.
Where she's like screaming, "I hate you."
He gets knocked over by the dog and the.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah. It's that whole chunk of time is the weakest part of the movie. Like waking up like in a weird pod for some reason.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill's one line in the movie.
Yup.
Who literally only exists to be, hey, Ben got fat at one point in his life.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, they were building up to that the entire movie where they both were where he had an eating problem and his son was mimicking him.
Yeah.
No, there was plenty of payoff to that. It
Yeah.
just sucked.
It
Yeah, but and it's like immediately corrected, you know?
Yeah, it is immediately corrected. It is literally just using Jonah Hill as a fat joke.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like that.
Which,
Question: is this Speedo guy a better dad at the end of the day?
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Because
100%.
Like,
Without a doubt.
clear.
Yeah,
Without
yeah.
a doubt.
That's Sean Astin, by the
Sean
way.
Astin.
Yeah, Sean Astin rules.
Okay. Again,
Goonies never say die.
yeah, no, it's that whole chunk of movie is the sour point in the darker part of the movie.
I think that's why it disappoints me more than
Yeah, no,
even
that is true. That chunk of time is more so disappointing than it is bad, because it's like you had like the immediate panic of this, and then like the sharp, oh, fat jokes of the 10 years time skip, and then you get the 6-year time skip on top of that, where it's like, oh, you've achieved your stuff, but at what cost? It feels like this weird middle step between all that, where they just wanted to make Adam Sandler fat for some reason.
Right.
All right, Scott.
It's Rob Schneider and Brownface.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
that was
Absolutely.
number
Fucking
2 on my
awful.
list. I really put that up there.
Yeah,
It happened so early in the movie too.
I was like this. I paused the film right there, and I was like,
Well, I paused it and I typed, "This is a very 2000."
yeah, just I was like, golly, really? How did you do it, Eric? You literally tried. Are you trying to up? I'm sorry. I'm still sorry, Scott.
It's not gonna up Gryffindor. Come on, let's.
no,
be
it's
fair.
not up
No,
Gryffindor.
come
No,
on.
Gryffindor.
well, listen.
Gryffindor, hey, Gryffindor's a new low.
A lot of
Scott is very proud of that new look.
It's still shit.
like I said, it was 18 years between the first time I saw this movie and the second time I saw this movie.
I can imagine.
I condensed a lot of the first half of this movie. I thought that the auto fast forwarding started happening way earlier in the movie than it actually did. It actually started happening. I thought it happened like closer to like the first third. It was actually closer to like a full hour into the movie.
Yeah, it's really only the third act that he's
Yeah.
like fast forwarding on auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought that happened sooner, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
For fast
In my
forward-
memory
for
of the
with
movie is
fast
mostly the
forwarding
end.
in it. This could use condensing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I completely forgot that scene was even in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It, I mean, if one thing I can give that scene credit for, it doesn't give Rob Schneider a load-bearing role in the movie.
That is true.
That is good.
That is true.
That is positive. We did not need a load-bearing role with him in this movie
Yeah.
at all.
And it's not Grown Ups 1 that has a load-bearing Rob Schneider, and it feels weird that he's not in 2. You don't want to feel weird about not having Rob Schneider.
Oh God.
Well, we got a grown-up story, did we?
No, I don't think they did Grown Ups 3.
Oh, thank God.
Not yet.
Yeah, so my worst scene, yeah, there's a lot of like bad scenes. I don't really like Jennifer Coolidge in this movie, which is weird to say because Jennifer Coolidge is usually just such a treat. I just don't like her character in this movie.
She was only in like 3 scenes.
Yeah,
And I really only liked her in the flashback.
yeah,
I'm so horny. That made me laugh. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. I guess if I had to choose a scene of hers I don't like the mute picture-in-picture scene because it just feels disrespectful more than any other use. It feels more disrespectful than any other use of the use of the remote the entire
It's
movie.
also like one of the examples of him being like really mean to someone
Yeah.
specific, like someone close to him.
Yeah.
You know, because that and like the scene where he's like yelling at his kids over their drawings,
Yeah.
just so fucked up.
Yeah, that was fucked up. This is terrible. This
It's
is
like-
terrible.
And like the unfortunate thing about that, him yelling at his kids while working, I believe was basically that interaction was basically saved as like one of his preferences because he fast forwards right after that, which is
Mhm.
why he yells at his dad when he's on autopilot.
So it's just like that gets caught in the programming.
Yeah.
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 My
So-
backup worst scene is when he fast forwards through sex with his super hot wife.
Yeah. Hey,
Because what
Maxwell's
the
hot
fuck is
too.
wrong with him?
Hey, listen to everybody out there. Everybody out there. Foreplay is important, okay? Listen, come close, come close. Do not discount foreplay. It is very important for the emotional attachment between you and your partner. It is not work to get to the action. It is important. Do not forget that. Do not try to skip that. That is important. That is an important step for physical intimacy.
Damn right.
My backup worst thing was the color changes thing. I didn't like that.
Ah,
I didn't hate that scene.
I
It was tasteless.
again, it
At least
feels
he didn't
weird.
do blackface.
Yeah, he didn't do blackface. He
Which is
didn't do
actually
blackface.
kind of a miracle if we think about
Yeah,
the
honestly.
beginning of the film.
I am. It's like I again, if this movie was made in his Netflix era, he would have absolutely gone to Orange and done a Donald Trump impression.
Oh yeah.
That is
Or
a
something
thing that
similar.
would have happened.
Yeah.
Or if it was his SNL era, he would have done a Cosby impression.
Oh
Yes, it
God.
would've.
So
Remember when
again,
he played Cosby?
again, so it's a miracle this movie was released when it did.
Yep.
Because we all know the jokes that he would have made if he made it in different eras.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the slow-mo boob bouncing,
No.
Yeah, that was
which leads right into the color changing.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, because like that again, that is like he's riding on the high of this before it crashes down.
Yeah, and that's when and then it's like everything happened after that color change thing. We got
Yeah.
the fart scene.
Yeah, that I count as bad as those like actions are. I feel that is more him getting this sort of power trip using it before it all goes to shit.
Yep.
Because you get the color change scene, you get the translation scene with the remote and the sexual harassment scene, and then you get him contemplating skipping over. It's just going to be a couple months, and then
He fucks up his entire life.
Yeah.
And obviously it's like a metaphor for like,
yeah,
being in the moment.
yeah. It's like
Well, isn't this based off a children's story?
it is based off of
Uh-huh.
it is based off of a thing that both this and I believe Goosebumps also pulled from this, I believe, at a certain point. But I know I was reading that there was like a threatened lawsuit over this movie because of the similarities, and like we're both pulling from the same source, so
Yeah.
so this one I feel is probably going to hurt me more than any other movie. I can already feel it coming. Scott, is Click rotten?
Yes, but not as bad as they say.
That's fair.
Because it's at like a 34. I would put it at like a 55. Like it's on the cusp of not being rotten, but I think overall there's just too much of that like
Listen,
Happy Madison fart humor. for me.
there there isn't a lot of Adam Sandler movies that should be above 60, so that's fair.
True. That is very true.
Zach, is Click rotten?
Yes, very.
Ugh.
I'm
How
gonna
rotten is
I'm
it?
gonna keep it at the 34. I wanted to lower it just to my standards, but for an Adam Sandler movie, it could be much worse.
Yeah, because like you got to remember that like the Happy Madison Adam Sandler movie that came directly after this, a year later, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh boy.
The movie that came 1 year after that, Don't Mess with the Zohan. Now,
A masterpiece.
It united the Middle East.
Yeah, I wonder how that holds up today.
canonically,
Ironically,
if we could stop everything. We could free Palestine if we just showed them don't mess with the Zohan. It would solve everything.
We can fix the world.
We can create peace in the Middle East with don't mess with the Zohan.
Oh, they just don't know about the Zohan over there.
Oh. Oh.
Oh God.
Don't Mess with the Zohan's a fucked up movie.
oh, yeah.
It's a crazy ass movie.
Oh.
It's crazy that it got made then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it feels like a movie that would have been made like in a foreign country in the 80s.
Don't Mess with the Zohan should have been made 10 years earlier or 10 years later. It should not have been made in 2008. What the fuck?
There's an argument that it shouldn't have been made at all.
I mean,
yeah.
That's probably usually the argument.
yeah. You know what, Scott? That's fair. So, Mac.
But we'll get to it. Don't worry.
No, we won't.
No. Man, no.
No.
Just
No.
a definitive veto.
No, it's a veto.
No.
All right, fine. We'll do Jack and Jill.
No.
Hell no.
No.
Mac, is Click rotten?
Yes. It's rotten. I would put I'm with Scott. I think it's a 56. Here's my thing. I feel like I disagree with what Zach is saying. I know whatever Zach is not gonna agree with me. I feel like this film, I feel like if Happy Madison didn't put their hands on, I feel like this is a film where the director was trying to make a decent film, but Happy Madison meddled in it a lot. And because there were bits and pieces, I'll tell you right, I'll be honest here. If you take out the stuff that Happy Madison wanted to put that in there, this is a good film. Because
I don't know why you think I disagree with this. This is basically my pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Zach agrees. He feels like it matters more.
Oh no, I feel like this is what it disappointed me, because I feel like this could have been a good film. It felt like
The concept is cool, super cool.
Yeah, the concept is cool. It's really cool. It's interesting. I feel like if Happy Madison didn't put their hands in it, this could have been a good film, because I felt like the director had one direction that he wanted to go, and Happy Madison was like, this doesn't feel like the Happy Madison way. Fart jokes, let them live, let them die. Don't let them die in the end. Let them live. All this other bullshit, stuff. They just kept putting in jokes that just didn't work, and it just like whenever the director had a good. I feel like this is the way I feel. That's the reason I hated the fart joke. The fart joke didn't need to be put in there. It felt like the director had a joke in mind, and this is the joke he wanted to stick with, and then Happy Madison let's let him fart on them. That's okay. You pay the bills. I felt like that's my issue with it. It felt like a film that was almost there, but Happy Madison meddled in it a lot, and that's my take on it. That's why I said a 56. I think it could have been better, could have been good, but ultimately 56 is. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a couple of chuckles out of this film, but it's a 56. It's still rotten. I see why you like it, Eric.
Yes.
I understand why you like it.
Even like I said, I understand there's the emotional core to this.
Yeah.
I just don't
emotional
get it. It's
movie. I understand it, but like I said, this feels like I was like 5 minutes into the film, I was like, "Yep, Happy Madison. This is a Happy Madison film." Damn, it was almost there, almost there, but they just couldn't. They couldn't just stop meddling with the bullshit. So I'm done.
All right. So somebody asked me.
Eric, is it rotten?
No,
You're
but
the
barely.
You're standing on the horse. You're standing
'Cause
on that hill. Aren't you?
As much as you guys dislike the Happy Madison DNA that is introduced to sort of make this movie a little more palatable to the Adam Sandler audience, I see that sharp transition between when this movie goes from a light movie to a darker movie is a good juxtaposition between what you expect from an Adam Sandler movie and what Adam Sandler can deliver. And it's that sort of, the juxtaposition, the fart joke into the existential dread of losing all the time with your family is good. But the fart jokes themselves do unfortunately bring it down. The Rob Schneider in Brownface really drags it down. There's a lot of weirdness to this movie that, again, this is the same era that we got Norbit.
Don't
This
you
is
dare bring that film in
this
here.
We'll get
it's
to it.
it's
We'll get to
it's
it.
the same era of Norbit. It's the same era of Wild Hogs. It is unfortunately the DNA of movies that released in this era, specifically comedic movies that released in this era. There's an unfortunate thing that there's a little bit of homogenized grossness to movies that came out these couple years. But the juxtaposition, I think, is enough to bring it up to a 65 for me.
Well, this is what drugs did to you, children.
I was definitely high when I saw this the first time.
Of course,
2006? I was a junior in high school.
You
What the
were
hell do you
high,
think I was
Phil.
doing? I was getting high and going to the movies most of the time.
Yeah. 2006, I was in middle school. I was not getting high in middle school.
I was driving my friends to the movies, getting high in the parking lot, and going to see
You were
Click.
like, we're gonna see Click.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
a good time.
2006 is one of the years I was solidly in middle school.
Oh, I was about to graduate. All right, let's get to the pictures.
Yeah. All right, so who has a pitch? Because I got more of a loose concept than a pitch.
I've got
I
a
kind
pitch.
of got a loose idea.
Where's that?
I want to remove the Happy Madison elements and really like tone it down. I actually want to see if we can get to this movie's actual emotional core. Like, see if I actually want a more serious version of this.
Yeah.
And I want to transition a little slower from the. I don't want to be as abrupt.
Yeah.
Personally.
The one thing I will say in this movie's favor is that the one real time Adam Sandler does his Adam Sandler yell in this movie, the like real grindy yell, is at himself.
This is true.
And that is very effective for this movie's credit.
And the kids throwing
right. Yes. If it wasn't for that scene.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't use that yell to any major characters other than himself.
Oh,
Right.
and I want to replace Adam Sandler with Tom Green.
Nice. I'm in.
I knew you would be. I wanted to see if you could make it like. I want to see if you could like Five Nights at phrase this in reverse. You know?
Yeah.
The sequel to Clicker.
All right, I got a loose concept, and
Okay.
here we go. I don't know if Zach is gonna like this because I'm gonna go crazy with this. So, first of all, the sequel will be sort of like a sequel. So I'm gonna have Jordan Peele direct my film. Yep, we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be a psychological horror black comedy starring Keegan-Michael Key as the main character. and we're going to literally he's literally he literally gets this remote and everything goes horrible. He starts seeing people that he doesn't want to see die. They just keep aging, and it's all fucked up. And he's wondering how to do it. And he's like, "How do I fix this?" And he keeps coming back to the person who gave him the remote. Sadly, I don't want to put Christopher Walken in here because I don't know. I don't know when this film will be out, so I got to put it. So I'm gonna put Nick Frost in this role for some odd reason, and I'm gonna let him play that role. Now, those of you thinking that Nick Frost is just a goofy character from the from the Edgar Wright films and the Cornetto trilogy. If you're not watching To the Badlands, the man can actually fucking act. He can do it. He just don't gotta play a goofy character. He plays a goofy. He was a goofy friar in that damn show, which is awesome. So yes, I'm putting him in this film to give a little black comedy to it. And he just keeps going deeper and deeper. He just plays a serious. He don't play as a goofy character. He plays seriously. Like he's a he just keeps going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole as this remote abruptly keeps fucking with him eventually until he eventually fucks up his whole life and he dies.
This sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it does feel
That's
very
not
Black
that's
Mirror.
not an insult, by the way.
No,
That
no,
was-
it-
No,
yeah.
I like that. I like that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about I was actually going Twilight Zone, but yeah,
Yeah.
Black Mirror works,
Black
Well, I
Mirror's a
mean,
little more modern with it.
Considering Jordan Peele did you have his hand in the reboot of Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, I know. That's the reason. Like, I
Mhm.
really think this would be something interesting because
Mhm.
I
No,
really
this is probably one of your better pitches.
thank you.
All right.
Came right out my ass, just like Adam
Yeah.
Sandler.
Yeah. All right, so Scott, what do you got?
Okay, so Jonah Hill is back. He's Ben Newman. He's older. He's working for a construction company that is contracted to do work for his father and his sister's company. They now run their own firm. Ben's bad with money. He doesn't have time for his wife and kids. One day he's doing construction at a Bed Bath & Beyond, and he runs into Morty. And Morty gives him a new smart device that comes with the ability to program AI assistants that instead of using autopilot. So Ben programs a bunch of different AIs to specifically take care of different aspects of his life, like work and taking care of the kids and stuff, while he goes and has fun. Meanwhile, the AI start like taking on a life of their own, and they're being overworked, so they make their own AI assistant, and then that AI is a little bit wonkier than the other two AIs. So then they make things worse, and the whole family leaves him. Ben has to win them back by fixing up the house like he'd been promising all along. And at the end, Ben sends the AIs to live off in Miami and start their own pizza parlor.
You
It's
picked
multiplicity.
The I
It's
knew it. I
multiplicity.
know
I
you
pitched
said I said this
multiplicity.
multiplicity.
It's interesting because the AI aspect works
Multiplicity.
super well.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I was like, this is
So my concept does go in a bit more direction, but it is similarly modernizing the the somewhat now dated aspects of Click, where instead of a remote that acts like a DVD remote, going through your life like a DVD menu, is instead a remote for a new streaming service where it is you get access to everything, including reality shows that like don't really feel like reality shows. And what this new remote does, it won't actually follow any of the characters from this movie. It'll be set in the same universe, but like different family, different part of the country. Like no ties to Adam Sandler's family at all. But instead of fast forwarding and rewinding through your life, this new remote for the streaming service actually has you quantum leap into what you're watching.
Oh my god! Really, Scott?
Are you doing Stay Tuned?
Is this
No.
interdimensional cable?
No.
This is Stay
I had
Tuned.
to ask.
But
It's
but
gonna start
but
Dana
the
Gould.
whole aspect is more less of a concept of having to like skipping all the good parts of your life. It is instead more a concept of how consumed we are with media and the sort of parasocial relationship that a lot of people have with specifically cartoons. It really sort of just blends into that, and in this one, like the entire family uses the remotes at different times, and it all becomes this sort of weird.
Eric, have you ever seen the movie Stay Tuned
No, I have not.
with John Ritter?
No.
You basically just pitched it.
Okay, damn, I did not know that. I genuinely did not know that.
Like it's about the devil coming to like John Ritter. John Ritter's like a lazy dad who like is obsessed with TV, and he gives him a remote that like lets him go into the TV. And then his wife gets sucked in, and his kids have to get him out. It's
genuinely did not know.
it's wild.
Genuinely never
we
heard this
should-
movie in my life.
Legitimately, I
It is
used to love
rotten.
that movie as a kid. We should do it
It
at
is
some point if
absolutely
it's rotten.
rotten. And
I-
it's
I
also
was-
free
I
on
was
Tubi.
thinking-
Doesn't surprise me.
I was thinking Gex, but okay.
No, it's
I-
also another movie with Jeffrey Jones.
It is weird. And it is weird. I have just pitched. We have all just pitched movies that already exist as sequels before. That's I believe the first time that was done accidentally.
Mine
Yeah.
was not mine was not based on anything. Mine was
No,
just-
no, I mean in
No,
general
we've done
over
that
the
before in other episodes.
over like the fucking
Didn't I
years
accidentally
we've done
pitch
this show.
Ultraviolet? Or something like that?
Yeah,
oh no!
My Blade Trinity sequel.
No, that was me.
like
that
kind
that
of,
was me.
that was you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made Blade Trinity. Yeah,
I made a prequel, Infrared.
yeah, I literally said Blade shows up and cuts all the people's head off, and this movie is now Blade film. So that's what I said.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. Also, my film is called Clicked.
My movie is called Streamer.
Ah, damn, that's a good one.
Mine is called Multiplicity 2.
I wanted to say, but see, the reason you son of a bitch, I
Mul-
really
mul-
wanted to
Multiplicity
call mine-
2 Over the Hill.
well, here's the thing. Originally, I wanted to name I was pushing hard for my film to be called Fuck, but they wouldn't let me do it because they thought, well, we don't want to make it X-rated, and I was like, okay. What about fucked? And then I just mute the words. No, I can't use that either. So I was like, shit. Okay, fine, click.
So the movie's not getting made now?
No, it's getting made. It's just
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Click.
Of all
I wanted
all
to
the
call it
movies,
Fucked.
of all the movies that we have pitched over the course of this show, that is the one that's not getting made, unfortunately.
I know, right? Yeah. They don't want to. I told them, can I use fucked? No.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, fine. Then I'm going with click. Okay, click.
Also, as a nice little capstone to the end of this episode, that I feel like it was a missed opportunity for the resolution of this movie to not end with the fucking finished treehouse. They
Yeah.
should have finished the treehouse and have that be like he actually has changed.
Actually, I think they should just destroy the treehouse. That would have been a better ending. Blow it the fuck up.
Thematically, it's terrible.
Yeah, thematically, that
the
doesn't
film
make
is already
fantastic sense.
terrible.
Like I get
You gave it a higher rating than me.
I understand that him throwing away the remote at the end of the movie, it's a good thing as symbolism, but like I feel like him actually going through and finishing the tree houses, it would have.
It would show like a responsible use of it.
Yes.
Like
Actually-
because like the message shouldn't be all work is bad. It should be work not in moderation is bad.
Yes.
Here's how my ending.
Also, if you can fast forward, why can't he rewind? Like, can he go
Well-
back in time and like relive?
Well,
moments?
the unfortunate thing is that he does do rewind, but the rewind only works as like a third party experience. You don't rewind and go back. You rewind and watch it like how he did rewound
Like going
to
through the chapters in a DVD.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there should be a time travel element.
Yeah,
Sequel should have a time travel element.
I think they definitely did want to play around with that because then the movie would have no stakes.
Yeah, I guess that's
No.
true.
That is true.
If he could just rewind and not do that, the movie would have no stakes.
I think
Yeah.
here's a better way to end it with the treehouse. Just have a Doyle sit in there and burn it down, and then he gets caught.
Why?
Actually, why? Actually, why don't you have like O'Doyle like being treated like normally or something, right? Like show he's changed and isn't it being addicted
Yeah.
to
I guess they just didn't want to pay Cameron Moynihan again.
I mean, he was there at the sleepover.
Yeah.
He was.
So like he is like the kid's friend, technically, I
Yeah.
guess. He's just a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been funny. I would have just had him in Joker makeup because he's eventually going to be the Joker. And
Yeah, but that is still fucking he still has to age a bit, then do like fucking 8 seasons of Shameless, then go on Gotham before that's even a thing.
this is true.
Yeah, this is around like when he was on Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
This is true. I liked him as Joker. I'm not going to lie to you. Fuck off.
I did not watch that show.
He was pretty good as Joker. He was pretty creepy. Creepy.
It was a very faithful retelling of New 52 Joker.
Yep. Yep.
Specifically New 52 Joker.
I think the series sucked when he put on that Batman suit. I was like, oh, this show sucks.
Wasn't that the final shot of the series?
Yep, it sucked.
Everything else of that was good though.
Why'd you do this? Ah, this sucks.
I don't know. I really like Penguin in that series, so
Penguin was awesome. You wanted Joker, you wanted Riddler and Penguin to fuck. We understand.
I did, but I thought everybody did at that point.
I did, but it's not a correct sentiment. It's not an incorrect sentiment.
Oh,
I mean, that pretty much was like the whole movie was the whole fucking show baited that for how many
yeah, they did. Like, yeah.
All right, are we ending the episode then? Or?
Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for this season, guys. This is a wild one because this is, at the time of recording, we still haven't released any of the episodes that we've done since we've come back, which is strange since it's the largest backlog we've ever actually had over the course of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. The way I planned it was weird because it was like one episode per month, I think, type of
Mhm.
deal. And we're gonna like push these out like hot takes. And it was a fun season.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about Any Given Sunday and talk about how sorry it was. Got to talk about Scott's. I mean, the work. I mean, if we had to say, if I had to go back and say, what was the worst film
Ah,
we ever reviewed? It's still Clifford Door's Tribe. I think it's not. I think nothing topped that yet. Nothing.
Okay, are we talking on a? I would agree with you on a personal offensiveness level, not on a technical level. Zombies on a technical level.
Well, I'm talking about
Yeah.
this season. This season
Of-
in particular.
of-
is that.
well, overall, the movie that made me feel the most pain while watching it overall is probably either Meatball Machine or Tideland. Caused me the most visceral pain while watching it.
I really hated Wild Hogs.
I did.
that you know what, that is fair and valid.
Eric, the pain you feel from that is what I feel watching Happy Madison. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
no.
the kind of pain.
Similar, I get it. I get it.
Like, I really hated Wild Hogs.
Listen, I never pretended that Wild Hogs was a good movie.
I never pretended Krippendorf's Tribe was a good movie.
That is also
I'm
true.
happy for that to be our bottom.
Listen, I'm also happy with Wild Hogs being one of the worst movies we reviewed on this.
I
Wild
would
Hogs
I would
sucks.
watch Wild Hogs before Krippendorf's Tribe again though.
Yes,
Yeah,
because I can at least look forward to John C. McGinley.
yeah, yeah.
I can see things about Any Given Sunday too.
We
Yeah.
know you hate Any Given Sunday. Okay?
I do, but I
understand.
can see
Yeah,
John
but-
C. McGinley, which means I would be more likely to try and watch it again.
I don't know. I could not sit through Any Given Sunday again. It is too fucking long.
That is true. It is
That
long.
is
mean,
true.
X wasn't I don't think I could sit through that again.
Weirdly
Me neither.
enough,
I'm sorry.
weirdly
Zach, I
enough,
couldn't sit through
I
that film
might.
again.
I might sit through it again with the English.
Because
subtitle-
because
with
you
the
didn't get the
English,
sub. That's the thing.
with the English dub.
Yeah.
I might.
Hey,
Yeah,
Genuinely,
Zach,
I-
I remember Zach came in and was
that
like,
link still works. and
Yeah.
if you want
Zach,
it-
Zach
all
came
right.
in here. You said you didn't get any of that film, did you? No.
But I mean, I proved that I understood the gist of it despite not getting a single
Yeah,
line of
no, he was.
dialogue.
Me and Scott were just so shocked he was that close.
Like, wow, this is impressive.
Yeah, like, and I'm watching like the first couple episodes of the series right now, and it's not getting any clearer. Man.
Hold on. So hold on. Did I only pick one film this season? Or
Yeah,
no?
I think this was, I believe, 6 episodes long.
Damn, I only picked one film. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh well, you're gonna watch Hook, so get ready, bitches.
All right. where's it streaming?
Is
So
that
this-
the theme of Hook?
That's the beginning.
Probably.
It's very, very unmemorable.
I hate you so much, Scott.
Wow. I can't believe we're gonna watch our first Dante Bosco movie.
Our first, but hopefully not our last.
I mean, he's not in many.
Not a lot.
We can watch that one episode of Entourage he was on.
Oh.
Can we just review American Dragon Jake Long? I mean, to be fair, he will be
which
in
part?
the new Avatar animated movie.
He
It's
will.
the only returning cast.
Why Dante Bosco don't get a lot of love? That sucks.
Yes.
Oh,
It's the thing that frustrates me about him being the only returning actor. Jack DeCina, he's still around. He's still doing stuff. He still sounds like Sokka. Come on. Come
I
on.
don't know what was the reasoning behind the recast.
I don't know. Because they're adults. You know, but they're keeping Zuko's voice the same because he was like a teenager. Sokka was also a teenager. Jack DeCina can still just play a slightly older Sokka. It's fine. It's fine. The man's doing sketch comedy on YouTube. Like releasing every 2 weeks or something. Like if you haven't actually watched any of Jack DeCina's sketch comedy on YouTube, it's actually really good. It's actually really good. I didn't know it existed until like a couple months ago, and then I just started watching. I'm like, this shit's really good.
Well, it's just sad that we had to end. It's just sad that we had to end the season on a terrible film.
And it's sad that we're gonna have to open on a terrible film as well.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
It's not
We
terrible.
do a show called "Is It Rotten?" The odds that we're going to be doing a terrible film are like almost
Yeah.
1 in 1.
You're
Look-
happy
look,
that we did a
not-
terrible film, you son of a bitch.
Not every rotten rated film is going to be fucking Rat Race or Clue
Yeah,
or
it's going to be these.
yeah.
Yeah, or In the Mouth of Madness, or or like the future that we're gonna actually agree on, good film, Hook, or
Hook's not awful. Is the
Hook is
thing.
amazing.
And again, there's a lot of movies that we review that suffer from the binary nature of rotten or not rotten.
Oh yeah, Like,
There's a lot of movies that should exist in the middle.
yeah.
Well,
Like
most,
Last
most
Action
movies,
Hero.
that's where they exist.
Yeah.
Or Last Action Hero, which was amazing, and you agreed with me for once.
Yes. Yeah, it's the best isekai I've ever watched.
I heard the Suicide Squad one's good,
yeah.
but I watched that.
Yeah, but we got a lot. No, guys, we're sounding like this is going to be the end of Is It Rotten. We're continuing.
No, no,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not. I think we're just trying to figure out how to end the show.
It's interesting because this is the first time we've ever been like, okay, it's the end of a season, and it's not been the middle of fucking January. You know, it is a very unique thing that we're ending this, and it's not either an unexpected hiatus or the middle of January after we've just done a themed month.
Yeah,
You know,
this is just
Yeah.
it. This is it for now. We'll probably
Yeah, this was a scheduled ending of a season.
yes,
yes, for once.
for once.
Yes.
Time for the first time I schedule something.
For once, and not okay. We're gonna do a themed month, which is the first time we did it, and then they're like, okay, now we're gonna take a break because that was a lot.
Yeah, so we'll probably be back next season, probably around December. Start filming some stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably.
Yeah. I hope these episodes have come out good because again, Haven't seen any of them. They haven't released yet.
I haven't. I feel like we're gonna have a fun time talking about this, and people are just gonna talk shit or against this. Or
God,
for it.
it is so weird that when we started recording these episodes, the stuff with like Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson hadn't happened, and now we're at the end and they have happened.
Yeah, yeah. But this whole summer has been weird. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been fun, people. Very fun. We'll hopefully see you. We'll see y'all guys if world has not ended yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was also an assassination attempt on Trump during the middle of this.
Yeah, there was a lot. Man.
Yeah.
Joe Biden dropped out of the
Yeah.
presidential
Yeah, I
race.
know, right? Yeah.
A lot of things happened.
I
A lot of things happen.
honestly, did we talk about Joe Biden running like at the beginning of the season? I feel like
don't
we
even think
did.
we
I feel like we did, but
We
then,
must
now
have.
we're at
We
the
might
point
have.
where, like, and this is gonna come out in December. We don't know what the fuck is gonna
I
happen.
feel like
guys.
it came up in the Gryffindor's Tribe episode.
As organically as it would in any of the episodes that we
Will
recorded.
will that be our most cursed episode? Can't wait to
Oh
see
my
your
God.
reaction to
That
it.
first
Oh my
episode
God.
was hilarious because all of us were like shaking our heads, like, "No, this film sucks." God, you
It's
did
we're
it
like,
again.
What a picture.
We're like, this is the movie we're shaking off the rust for.
Look, Scott, you're redeemed in my eyes because Ravenous was so good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen.
Thank you.
Scott and I both chose a really good movie for this group and a really bad movie for this group.
I
That's-
chose
I
a
always try
long-ass
and pick at
movie.
least like one good movie if
Yeah.
I can.
I should have picked Bebe's Kids. Damn it.
Yeah, because I mean, as much as Click was, Click, Ed and Eddie's Big Picture show.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh, that
that
was
was good. That was a good pick. Yeah.
That is it. That is the end of the season. I will relinquish every viewer and the rest of my co-hosts from this episode to never speak of Click again.
This movie sucks.
Go listen to Yoshinoya.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.